Hello, America. Welcome to Most Wanted Topics. I'm Kevin Dennison, broadcasting to you from our studio at Most Wanted Comics, a beautiful Bloomington, Minnesota. Atomic Tommy with me as always. Tommy, how you doing today?
Pretty good. We're solid.
We are solid.
Been a long day.
It's been a long day. It's been a great week, though, at the store for comics. We unveiled our everyday dollar books. So now people can come in from now through the holidays, and we have bins. We have 2 roller decks full of long boxes of just dollar comics. And we had a big week this week. We had some new releases, which you're going to talk about in a second, come out. And then we were also in Rochester, Minnesota for Nerd Now Con. So we got to see our buddy Dave Wheeler, who's been at the shop. We got to see our buddy Keith Champagne, who's been at the shop. Tom couldn't make it that weekend, but he was supposed to be there. But we still said hi to Tom anyway over the phone. We gave him a phone call, said, wish you were here. But I had a great time at Nerd Now, met a couple of new people, and just in all, a great week for the store, launching the programs, the great books that came out, and then doing the show over the weekend. Let's first of all, Tommy, let's talk about some of the books that came out at the shop this past week.
Yeah, the big one this week was Transformers #1. There was a lot of hype around it, a lot of build-up, a lot of people were talking about it. Now, the question is, did it live up to the hype? I think it did. Transformers #1 was really good. It was a great reintroduction to the franchise, a great reintroduction to the characters. It's a little bit of a different story. It might not be what everybody's familiar with. They're doing a bit of a different take on it. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. If you haven't checked it out, if you haven't read it, I would definitely suggest doing so. Transformers #1 was great and definitely backs up all the hype that was around it.
Yeah, I can't wait to keep going with it. And I tell you what, there were a lot of cool cover variants too.
Yeah, there were a lot of variants, a lot more variants than I thought there would be.
Yeah, just the covers A through D were fantastic.
Even up to G, I think.
Well, yeah.
Plus the incentive covers,
Yeah, we got a few of the, we got like A through D or whatever we got, but we still have a couple left on the shelf. A lot of them flew off the shelf pretty quick, and then we also sold out of what was the title? Gods.
Gods, right? That's a good tie-in because that's the next book we are going to talk about. Gods #1. It's a bit different. I didn't know anything going into it, and to be honest, I still don't know anything. It's Jonathan Hickman. He's one of those writers where if you're reading something from him, man, you can't take a break. You gotta keep your mind active the whole time, or else you're gonna miss something. And this might be a book I have to reread because there's just a lot going on. There's a lot in it, and it's one of those stories it's really new. It's trying to redefine, re-explore, reintroduce the more magical, mystical side of the Marvel Universe through these new characters.
It ties in with I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but it's on my stack. It ties in Doctor Strange, doesn't it?
A little bit. Okay. It's really trying to be its own story with its own characters, a new idea, and we'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah, that was a surprise for me how many people asked for that when they came to the store.
Yeah.
So
it was definitely good. It's worth the read. It's a little long, but it's worth the read. And the next book, the final book, a surprise. One I didn't know was coming out last week. I wasn't prepared to read it. Star Wars: The High Republic: Shadow of Starlight. We here at Most Wanted Comics are all Star Wars fans. We all enjoy the movies. We enjoy the shows.
Very much so.
Very much. And I have to admit though, not a huge fan of The High Republic. Haven't really been keeping up with it too much. But I will say that this book is a fun read. It's a #1, so there's still more story to come. But what really impressed me about it was that it does a good job of catching you up to speed if you haven't read anything. Because this book comes off of another story that ended in a different run limited series not too long ago, and it picks up after that. And it catches you up right away. It lets you know where it is. You don't have to have read it, and I think that's really good. So I'd definitely check it out.
Atomic Tommy dropping some comic book knowledge on us every week. We love it. Dropping bombs. Hey, what do we have to look forward to next week?
Well, this week we have the big highlight for me, Superior Spider-Man #1. It was 10 years ago that story came out. It's incredibly popular, Superior Spider-Man, and it's coming back next week with a new #1. That's going to be one to look out for. Another one to look out for is from DC, Wesley Dodds' The Sandman #1. DC, just over the last few weeks, has been really pumping up their new Golden Age stories, trying to bring back these characters, which I think is much needed. I think we all need a little Golden Age back.
I think so, especially the way the stories are told, hopefully.
Yep, and that really kicks off next week with the Wesley Daza Sandman stories centered around Sandman. I'm not a big Sandman fan. I'll be checking it out. I'm more looking forward to the Alan Scott and Jay Garrick stories that are coming up in the future, but that'll be exciting. Another book coming out, Werewolf by Night versus Moon Knight. I think that's a title. It could be vice versa, but I'm not sure. That'll be really fun. I'm a Moon Knight fan. Werewolf by Night, that'll be a fun read. And I think that's all the noteworthy ones.
Especially in the month of Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. Hey, some housekeeping items here. Hey, if you like this, make sure you give us a big like on the YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also visit our store, 9919 Lindale Avenue South in Bloomington, Minnesota. We have a lot to offer here, so just wanted to get that in. Let's get ready for Matthew. We're going to get into some toys here in just a second. We're going to talk about some toys we carry in the store and some of the new items that we have. So we'll be right back.
All right, with me now, the Mighty Mafu. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing good, always good. Atomic Tommy and the Mighty Mafu back for another toy segment. What do you got for us today?
I got some G.I. Joe Classifieds.
Awesome.
Which everybody loves. Starting off is Tunnel Rat. He came out in 1987 and now in his upgraded form. So on the back, it has his accessories. He comes with a backpack, 2 little binoculars, an upgraded machine gun, a knife, a magazine, and some night vision goggles, and then a nice, cool revolver.
Who is that character? Like, what does he do?
He's basically, I would say, a commando.
Commando, okay. See, I'm not much of a G.I. Joe guy, so I don't really know any of these people, but he does. So anytime I have a question, anytime I'm like, Matthew, who's this guy? He's going to sit me down and have like a 20-minute convo with me about history of, some character from one episode of G.I. Joe, so.
Exactly. That's how I roll. And then the next figure is Torpedo. He came out in 1983, and now in a much better figure than his original figure. And on the back, have some really cool scuba gear and an SMG revolver gun and a knife.
Cool.
Perfect for killing aquatic cobras.
Aquatic cobras. Are those like troopers? Like, are there actually like aquatic troopers?
Yeah.
That's cool. They should make a figure of those guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they did in the 25th anniversary line, so.
It would probably look pretty cool for classified, though.
I know, yeah.
All right, what else you got?
A brand new figure. The Cobra Crimson Viper. Now, like I said in the last video, this is a perfect addition to a Crimson Cobra display. And he comes with all the original accessories that the original figure did. He comes with a futuristic looking assault rifle, a pistol, some goggles, a little scarf, and a backpack.
Cool. Yeah.
And then the last figure is a retro carded figure that is the Crimson Guard. Originally came out in 1985. This figure is stylized to look like the original toy. He has the silver mask. Just looks better than the original one.
So these are all available on Most Wanted Comics, right?
Yep, correct.
Cool. Yeah, we got plenty of toys here. We got all sorts of toys, not just G.I. Joe. We have a lot of G.I. Joe, but we got Marvel, Legends, Hasbro, and Toy Biz for those Toy Biz fans. We know we have fans out there that ask for Toy Biz. We got Toy Biz. We got Star Wars. We got DC. We have it all here at Most Wanted Comics. So keep an eye out. We'll be doing these toy segments probably once every few weeks, and we'll be diving into all sorts of toys we have here at the store, which brings us to the next stuff to talk about, and that is these new pop figures that we just got in, the Muppets Christmas Carol. It's a whole wave of Fozziwig, the Miss Cratchit, Miss Piggy there. We got Bob Cratchit here. We got Charles Dickens. We got all of the figures at Most Wanted Comics, and they're pretty sweet, Matthew. What do you think?
I think they're great. It's from one of my favorite Christmas movies. And yeah.
Yeah, these are definitely sweet. I used to collect Funko Pops back in the day. You know, back when I was about your age, I was really big into.
I still remember those days.
I was really big into collecting Funko Pops, and if I still did, these would definitely be on my need list. They are very cool. I love it when Funko does the more obscure movies and the more the classics.
Yes, and I wonder if they're gonna do Christmas Vacation.
I think they have. They definitely have already. That's a big one. But yeah, these are just a few of the figures we have here. From the Wave, we have the whole line still available, so make sure you come into Most Wanted Comics and check them out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for our segment this week.
Yeah.
Any parting words?
Well, we did just get a new toy collection.
We did.
Of new Marvel Legends Toy Biz. So if you're a Toy Biz collector, I would come down to Most Wanted Comics, check out our new reveals. We have some Daredevil, some Spider-Man villains. Spider-Man himself. So, yeah, we have a lot of cool figures.
Yeah, yes, we do. All right. Well said. Well said. Thank you for coming. We'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.
Yep.
Have a great week.
Peace out.